What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father, Amazon Kindle Create Space. The Black Male Experience. Dealing with people's insecurities or dealing with others' insecurities. Fellas, when you get to a certain space in your life where you're comfortable with yourself, you're happy, you're content, you're moving forward in life, and you are progressive, your presence is going to make people insecure. You're going to go places and people are going to have their stereotypes. And I've talked about this before, but you're going to have to deal with these things. You know, their stereotypes, when they see you, they're going to assume that you're unintelligent. You could go to a job, be, whether it be an interview or training, and somebody's going to have their assumptions of you as a black person, as a black male, because they swear what they have in their mind and what's on TV and what they've been told by the people who probably don't even hang around black people is true. And they're going to make you the face of everything that they've heard their whole lives. And you're just going to be sitting there like, what does it got to do with me? See, that's how you really deal with that shit. You put the onus back on those people. What's your stereotypes and your insecurities got to do with me? You know, you're going to go places because some of these insecurities have to do with racism. Some of them have to do with sexism. Some of them have to do with classism. Some of them have to do with just a weird curiosity or an assumed superiority. So, like, you go on a job and people will put the black guys together, they'll never get anything done. And then those black men will work together and they'll get something done and they'll be like, split their asses apart. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. That's not, You can't have them be the best team. No, no, no. You can go to a school and you're in college, or you're higher education, and you get there and people are like, oh, I know you're not gonna know anything because you came from this neighborhood, as if, and you're gonna have to deal with that. But the common sense is that is, you know, everybody has the same books. Now it's how you apply the information within those books that's different. But if you read, everybody reads the same material. Nobody gets, you might have a better looking book, but it's the same book, you know. So when you deal with that part, even in the educational system, people are going to get insecure with you because oh, I came from the best neighborhood, so I know I'm smarter. Well, our schools were harder. Yeah, okay. Y'all had books? Yeah. You had math books? Yeah. I had books. I had math books. I read mine, you read yours, right? Yeah, so we pretty much know the same thing. And part of the insecurity is that, like, that you're black male, you're beneath me because you're black male, and I know you have to jump through a million hoops, and I didn't have to, so I have a better start in life than you. And how are we at the same place? Because it's not that you make people insecure about, you make them insecure about their life because they've made the assumption that they should be in a better space than you, and literally in life they should be. That's the thing about classism. You walk into a business, an establishment, and the people give you that. If you walk into an expensive place, you know this place is expensive. You know, money is money. If people have money, they can spend it if they choose to. You know, it's just like walking into a grocery store and somebody say, that spring water, It's not. It costs a little bit more than distilled. Uh huh. So what's your point? Where do you get the money from that? Because I remember having the drug dealer talk with people. How did you? Are you a drug dealer? I could tell people I'm black. I couldn't get away with dealing drugs. You white, now you could be a drug dealer. But black guys are drug dealers, really. Black guys are in jail. Yeah, for dealing drugs. Yeah. Are white guys in jail for dealing drugs? No, white guys are drug dealers. But that's people's insecurities because you go to. I've been to restaurants. I've been to, and I don't like shopping. I really don't like necessarily eating out at expensive places because I don't think they can fucking cook. I think it's all you paying for ambiance and shit, and the food fucking average. But that's been my experience. Same thing that goes on. You make purchases and other people are around you. Because sometimes it's not the establishment you go to, it's the people around you in these establishments. You go somewhere, I can't afford that. What the fuck are you doing with it? You go somewhere, gotta pull your wallet out. You got a platinum card? Why the fuck are you over my shoulder? You have a gold card. I don't even have. Who the fuck told you to look at what the fuck I got in my wallet? Oh well. I'm just trying to. You're trying to be nosy, because you know. How can I say this? It's a weird experience because, like I can say this. I go in a grocery store and I pull out my wallet and people are looking at it to see if I got a food stamp card. I don't know what kind of society these motherfuckers live in because they usually have food stamp cards. And if I don't, then it makes them feel some type of way. You know what I'm saying? Or they're paying for their food with credit cards, and I'm not. I'm like, sorry, I don't buy food on credit. I don't think it's a good idea. I'm not in here buying 24 packs of beer on credit. That shit looks stupid to me. You know, go in the neighborhoods, pull up in gas stations. You're gonna deal with people's insecurities. You know, I got. Let's just put it like this. When I pull up, all of a sudden, has anybody had this experience when you pull up to the gas station and all of a sudden your debit card doesn't work? See the cashier. I have to see the cashier a whole lot. Why the fucking thing don't work? Oh. And what kills me is some of these people see me at work and then see me outside of work at some of these gas stations. And then they realize who they saw. It's like, buddy, didn't I? Oh yeah. I don't have to come see the cashier when I'm working, but when I'm off work, I gotta come see you. I mean, you could see me from outside. I could see you in here from out there. You just needed me to come walk up to you because you feeling some type of way, right? You know, even with our sisters, we have to deal with their insecurities. Make me feel pretty, make me feel special. You know, make me do this for me. Make me. And the problem with that becomes when you constantly dealing with other people's insecurities, they're not dealing with their own insecurities because you're Mr. Fix It. So the way to deal with it with other people's insecurities is to give their insecurities back to them. Like, hey, that's your problem. That's not my problem. You're not gonna fix my problems. I can't call on you for my problems. So you should fix your own problems. Just like I fix my own problems. Because as a black man, to be so marginalized and beneath everybody, don't you find it ironic that everybody wants you to fix their shit? Everybody wants your insight and your help, but everybody doesn't listen to you and marginalizes you and act like you don't exist. But all of a sudden, you're the one that needs to be the magical Negro in their life. Who knew, right? Same thing with sexual, and it's weird because non-black men you have to deal with their sexual insecurities or the propaganda in that way of us being attracted or attracted to everybody when in all honesty other people are attracted to us and they play stupid games. You go out and you see these guys who they're with their women and then all of a sudden you walk in, why are you here? Motherfucker, I don't see you or your ugly ass woman. I didn't come for y'all. Honey, we need to go. Like I've been places. I remember I went to a Mexican joint to watch a fight because I knew the Mexicans they got a real deep boxing culture. So certain fights I can see at certain Mexican sports bars. And I remember this particular sports bar. I went to watch this fight, and for some odd reason, the dude had his machismo game on, him and his friends, and I was just minding my business because I was sitting there before they got there. So for some odd reason, he felt like he was gonna be able to sit his girlfriend down and then just get in my seat while I was in it and shit. And you can't come over pushing up. And I look at him like, man, hey, you chill the fuck out. Go on somewhere. Well, I want to sit here. I don't give a fuck. I was here. I'm gonna watch this fight. You gonna have to just stand and be a gentleman for your woman. I'm not gonna be a gentleman for you. What kind of bullshit is that? But he got mad, and I remember him getting mad, and I had to give him that eye, like, what the fuck you gonna do? And see, at that particular moment, he just was he just had to hold that temper tantrum inside because he knew he was gonna get fucked up. You know, I remember one of my at another there was another fight, and I remember my homeboy. He had the same issue, and he told a guy in front of his girl. He said, "Look, if I wanted to, I'd take your girl right now." And he hit the nail on the head with that shit. And he looked at the girl and he said, "You know what? You got a baby with him, don't you? You his baby mama, huh?" And she was like, "Yep." He said, he told her, "See, only reason she ain't gonna leave me here right now because she got a baby with you. She got to deal with you. If she didn't, I'll be walking out with her right now." He said, "But I'm gonna let you slide right now because I could push it and get it if I want to." Said this in front of him and her, and she could not deny this shit. That boy was so hot because we know this shit. We see this all the time. That's why every now I make them references about other races of men walking up next to us in the urinals and trying to walk up on us and see in the shower at the gym and shit because they do this shit. You know, it's weird. It's kind of like the Rosewood thing. You can't let certain people in your house or over your house if you're a black man because they're gonna, "Oh, you living better than me." You got to get them fired, Jim. Can't take it. You're gonna deal with those type of things. You have to play. You have to protect yourself to the point where you can't let certain people in your circle. You got to vet people very, very hard because what a lot of people don't want to admit is they don't want you to do better than them. And if you're doing better than them with all of the advantages that they have in this society, they feel some type of way to the point where they'll try to do something to get you fucked up. This is what all this plotting is about. Take his money, take his career, end him, finish him, because for a black man to be able to reach his full potential in American society today, and other people who are not black men are not able to do it, it says a whole lot about their effort and character. And the one person you're gonna hate the most is the person that came up, that started the race behind you and finished in front of you. Because it's kind of like the tortoise and the hare. You know, that hare fucking hated that tortoise after that was over because it was no way he should have lost to him. And that's how people look at us black men, and we got to deal with that shit. So I'm out of here. Peace.